The war room fell silent as Kylie strode in, her crystalline exoskeleton gleaming under the harsh fluorescent lights. She was a Valorian, one of the galaxy's most formidable warriors, bred for combat from birth. Her species had conquered 17 star systems, and she wore her arrogance like a second skin. "So this is humanity's champion," she said, her voice dripping with contempt as her multifaceted eyes fixed on the figure standing at the center of the training arena. William stood motionless in his standard issue combat armor, the dull gray plating scratched and worn from countless battles. He was average height for a human, unremarkable in every way compared to Kylie's 7-foot frame and natural weaponry. The peace negotiations between their species hinged on this demonstration, a test of skill that would determine whether humans deserved a seat at the Galactic Council or would remain subjugated. "Your kind barely left your own moon before we found you," Kylie continued, circling him like a predator. "You have no natural armor, no enhanced reflexes, no biological weapons. You're soft, weak. I've crushed better warriors before my morning meal." The Valorian delegation laughed, their clicking voices echoing through the chamber. The human diplomats shifted uncomfortably, knowing everything rode on this moment. William said nothing. He simply watched her with those unremarkable brown eyes, his expression unreadable behind his helmet's visor. "The rules are simple," announced the arbiter, a neutral Kethrian observer. "First to yield or become incapacitated loses. Lethal force is prohibited." Kylie's mandibles clicked in amusement. "This will take less than a minute." The signal sounded. Kylie moved with blinding speed, her enhanced physiology propelling her forward in a blur. Her razor-sharp forearm blade extended, aiming for William's shoulder, a disabling strike, nothing fatal, but enough to end the fight immediately. The blade met on the air. William had moved not with enhanced speed or alien technology, but with precise, calculated efficiency. He'd read her attack vector, anticipated her movement, and shifted just enough to avoid the strike while conserving energy. Kylie's eyes narrowed. Interesting. She pressed the attack, unleashing a combination of strikes that had defeated champions across the galaxy. Each blow was perfectly executed, each movement a masterwork of Valorian combat doctrine honed over millennia. And each one missed. William flowed around her attacks like water, his movements economical and precise. He wasn't faster than her, he was smarter. While she wasted energy on powerful strikes, he used minimal effort to evade, studying her patterns, learning her rhythms. "Stand still and fight." Kylie snarled, frustration creeping into her voice. "I am fighting," William replied calmly, his voice synthesized through his helmet speakers. The observation changed something in Kylie's approach. She realized she was burning through her stamina while he remained measured and controlled. This human was making her look foolish in front of her own people. She activated her exoskeleton's energy shield and charged forward with overwhelming force, determined to end this humiliation. Her shoulders slammed into William's armored chest, sending him skidding backward across the floor. The Valorians cheered, but William didn't fall. He absorbed the impact, redirected the momentum, and came to a controlled stop. Then he did something that silenced the entire room. He began removing his armor. What are you doing?" Kylie demanded, confusion mixing with her anger. William's helmet came off first, revealing a scarred face with graying hair at the temples. Then the chest plate, the arm guards, the leg armor piece by piece. He stripped away his protection until he stood before her in simple combat fatigues. "You said humans are weak because we have no natural armor," William said quietly. "You're right. We don't." He dropped into a fighting stance, completely vulnerable. "We don't have enhanced reflexes or biological weapons. We're not born warriors like you." He took a step forward. "But we have something you've never needed to develop. Another step, adaptability." Kylie attacked with renewed fury, certain this unarmored human would fall in seconds. But something had changed. Without the armor's weight, William moved differently, faster, more fluid. He'd been fighting at a disadvantage deliberately, adapting to the restriction, learning to maximize efficiency within constraints. Now unencumbered, he became something else entirely. He slipped inside her guard, using techniques that combined elements from a dozen human martial arts: judo, boxing, Krav Maga, Jiu-jitsu all synthesized into something uniquely his own. He struck pressure points, manipulated joints, used her own momentum against her. Kylie found herself on the defensive for the first time in her life. This human wasn't just fighting, he was thinking, calculating, adapting in real time to everything she did. Every adjustment she made, he countered. Every new tactic she employed, he neutralized. She was stronger, faster, better armed, but he was winning. William swept her legs and controlled her descent, pinning her to the ground with a joint lock that made her exoskeleton's strength irrelevant. She struggled, but the physics were absolute. The more she fought, the more pressure the lock applied. "Yield," William said softly. No triumph in his voice. Kylie's pride warred with reality. She'd never yielded. Never. "We humans are weak individually," William continued, maintaining the lock without increasing pressure. "So we learned to be strong together. We adapted. We innovated. We survived ice ages, plagues, and wars against ourselves. We learned from every failure, every defeat, every limitation." His grip loosened slightly, an offering of dignity. "Yield, warrior. There's no shame in it." Kylie's mandibles clicked slowly as understanding dawned. This wasn't about physical supremacy. It was about demonstrating that humanity's apparent weaknesses were actually their greatest strength. They were survivors, adapters, relentless learners. "I yield," she whispered. William released her immediately and offered his hand, scarred, fragile, human, to help her up. She took it. As the human delegation erupted in restrained celebration and the Valorians stood in stunned silence, Kylie found herself smiling. She'd mocked the human soldier, certain of his inferiority. She'd been wrong, and in that wrongness, she glimpsed why humanity would not merely survive in the galactic community, they would thrive. Because they had already survived everything.